Hey, I've had some questions lately about whether people should do certain projects or not do them when they're getting ready to list their house. There's a really handy um, remodeling report out there done by the National Association of Realtors that lets you know um, where projects rank in whether or not you get your money back, and also if it makes a difference when you actually go to sell your house. Surprisingly, most of them are not actually worth it. You don't get a majority of your money back, and also it doesn't make much difference to buyers. And so if we can avoid those things and make sure that we focus on projects that do make a difference, it's going to go better. So what projects are those? The first and biggest one is a kitchen remodel. The kitchen is the heart of the home, and if somebody comes in and they don't like the kitchen, they're not going to buy the home. So if you have a kitchen that's a problem and you know it's a problem, you might want to go ahead and do that kitchen remodel, especially if you have time to enjoy it yourself for a little while. Just be real careful that you don't do anything that's really personalized or stylized, because you want to make it appeal to the most number of people, and you don't want it to be really specific to your taste, because not everybody shares the same taste. If you're going to pick a granite, pick one that is pretty neutral and not something that is maybe really funky and you think is great, because other people may not think it's great. The other one that makes a big difference and that you will definitely get all your money back from is a new roof. If your roof is looking a little bit sketchy, if it is pretty much at the end of its useful life, definitely go and get it re-roofed. You will get your money back. And remember, your first impression makes a big difference to buyers. If they drive up to your house and they see a really crummy roof, it looks like it needs repaired, they're gonna think that the whole house needs repaired. They're gonna feel like this house has not been maintained, and that's not what you want them to be thinking when they drive up to your house. When they drive up and they have a new roof, they feel like this house has been well taken care of. And so when I go inside this house, I expect that it's gonna be well taken care of. And so they will overlook things that they wouldn't overlook if they drove up and saw a bad roof. Then they're gonna find every little thing to nitpick. So new roof, yes. Now, siding, you'd think maybe it was kind of like a new roof. Guess what? It's not. And I know this from personal experience, because when we sold our house in Washington, my husband knew that the siding wasn't the best. It's been on a while. I think whoever lived there put it on himself, didn't do a very good job. And my husband wanted to re-side it before we listed it. I was not so sure, and I should have listened to myself and encouraged him away from it. So what happened was, when they pulled the siding off, they started finding other things. Oh, we need to do this too, we need to do that too, and it added an extra $10,000 to the already really high estimate for the siding. We ended up putting $30,000 into the siding on that house. And when we sold the house, we didn't get any of that money back. It was as if we hadn't done anything. Yes, the house sold, the people were happy, but we didn't get any of that investment back. What we could have done and what we should have done is to, if they came back and said, you know, we think something might be up with this siding, after they've done their inspection or whatever, we say, you know what, there might be something wrong with the siding. We'll give you $10,000 off the price of the house, or we'll give you $10,000 towards a siding allowance. That would have saved us $20,000. And the buyers would have been happy, because they would have been getting help paying for the new siding. Another one, when my parents were selling our family home, they were replacing all the carpet downstairs. It was really worn. There were 8 kids in the family, so that carpet definitely needed replaced. And so they tore it up, they put in beautiful new carpet, and they sold the house. And when the new buyers moved in, they ripped up all of that new carpet. And they put in hardwood, because they wanted hardwood floors. They didn't want carpet. My parents could have saved all that money they put into carpet. Flooring is kind of a personal preference thing. So if you're thinking of redoing your flooring, really talk to me first, or talk to your real estate agent and see, because what might be a better option is to give a flooring allowance. Because if you put in carpet, they may want tile. If you put in tile, they may want a hardwood. It's really a personal choice, so go ahead and leave that up to them. You can acknowledge, we know you're gonna want to replace the flooring, but we don't know what your tastes are, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you an allowance to change the flooring, and they are gonna be happy. They're not gonna care that the carpet's worn because they're gonna put in what they want, and that's always a good option. Now, one thing that I would recommend to everybody, one thing that everybody can do, it's easy and it's cheap, is paint. Now on the outside, you can probably get away with pressure washing it, and that'll clean that up. If not, then you're gonna have to paint the outside, but more the inside of the house. A fresh coat of paint makes it look clean, it makes it look new, it makes it smell new. And people will feel like the house has been maintained. We all know our walls have nicks in them, they have handprints on them, or marks, or scratches, or dings, and things like that. But a fresh coat of paint can help you overlook all that. You don't see it. Stick with a neutral color. If you have an accent wall that maybe was painted a while ago and it's a really bright, bold color, or hunter green, or cranberry red, or something like that, you probably want to just prime it, repaint it a neutral color. Colors are another one of those things that's very personal. And so just because you like it doesn't mean it's going to appeal to all of the buyers. And the way to appeal to the most buyers is with neutral walls. So if you have a little girl's room painted pink, you have a little boy's room painted blue, or a big mural on the wall, I know you love it, I know your child loves it, but most likely, buyer's not gonna care. And so you might as well make it appeal to the most people by painting a neutral color. Again, it's cheap, especially if you can do it yourself, and painting is easy. Pretty much anybody can do it, just takes maybe a little bit of patience, the right tools and paint, but again, go to your local Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, and it's affordable. So I hope these help. If you have any questions, if you've got any specific projects you're asking about, go ahead and contact me, either call me or text me or email me. I can go over it with you and see what your best option is. I hope this helps.